Trevor, Aeon. I'm gonna break my foot off in your ass.
Welcome back. Welp, the honor mode portion itself is at an end. As you can see, I am now on custom mode with the honor rule set selected, and it cannot be deselected, so I am still at that difficulty tier. And it's still single save, though now I can freely reload if I party wipe. As you can see, I have decided to continue Trevor Aeon's story. So, last time...
A lot on my mind, and, well, in it.
Ultimately, Trevor did find the Adamantine Forge and defeat the Guardian on his second attempt, and used Mithril Ore to craft items. As a result, 75% of our party companions are now immune to being critically hit. Another thing we learned from Grimforge is that the cultists were trying to find a way to the Sharan Temple from here. However, the bridge has been destroyed, and we will need to find another way. Though, Shadowheart has reiterated her desire to be a Dark Justiciar. Due to this, she has put on old, decrepit Dark Justiciar gear that we found, even though it was not as good as the equipment she already had. Meanwhile, we found an amulet with a trapped spirit who wishes to be reunited with his granddaughter at the Open Hand Temple in Worm's Crossing. Trevor made no promises, but has kept the amulet. That is a problem for after we've managed to reach the city. And now we're about to take this lift that we found in Grimforge. Trevor is hoping that this is finally the path towards Moonrise Towers, where answers lie.
Let's see.
We offer our prayers to the Dark Lady, whose comfort and grace heals all.
Better not be cursed.
We offer our pain to the Lady of Loss, that she may truly know her faithful.
What's inside?
We offer ourselves to the darkness, that blessed Shah may give us her mercy.
Trevor has the tools to bust open medium toughness without bludgeoning vulnerability, but part of that mixture is an elixir of the Colossus, which are still in limited supply. So for now, he'll bring it with him until a more appropriate time.
Moving in. That will fit in my pack. What's up for discussion?
Ho there, wanderer. Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man. May I inquire if perchance you retain among your traveling companions a man who adheres to the given name of Gale?
While Trevor almost certainly knows who Elminster is, I don't think he recognizes him by sight. So he gives a gruff, "Who's asking?"
Should it be the nature of our acquaintance that interests you, well, you may safely classify Gale and I as friends. Should it be the nature of your present interlocutor that you desire to drag from the dark and unknown, I shall be glad to aid in your quest for illumination and identify myself as Elminster. Elminster Ormar. Now, if this answer satisfies you, let us linger no longer in this limbo of indecision, but settle on your knowledge of the individual I seek.
But with the name comes the recognition, and Trevor realizes he is standing in the presence of a living legend. His demeanor changes instantly, and he tells the sage that Gale is currently at their camp.
Ever a man of leisure. Would it pain you greatly to assist me along the little voyage I intend to undertake to this aforementioned camp?
Trevor is not about to pass up this opportunity. It would be his pleasure.
And I would confirm it to be so. Please, after you. My thanks for your excellent guidance. And yonder I spy the object of my pursuit.
Elminster?
The very same, Gale. And a fair bit miffed he is, too, finding himself forced to expose his best pair of boots to so many miles of country road on your behalf.
I don't understand. How so on my behalf?
I was bid to spare neither time nor my own self to find you. She sent me, Gale. You know of whom I speak.
But why? Out with it, Elminster. Please.
Young man, has your sojourn away from Waterdeep washed away your decorum as well as your patience? Nigh a 10-day I've gone without honest fare, worthy of the name. Drank naught but what the sky entitled my thirst. Why, some bread, cheese, and a cup of wine would appear unto me a feast. Surely you won't begrudge me a mite of rest and repast before I get out with it?
Of course, Trevor says the great Elminster is welcome to some of the party's rations.
And a great kindness that would be. See, Gale? Even in these barren parts, the art of hospitality begets inspired new works. If only one keeps up the practice.
Oh, for the love of...
Fine. I'll turn a deaf ear to the clarion calls with which my scorned stomach beseeches me. Graver matters are at hand. Plenty to digest, after all. A good deal to stew over, if you will. Words ladled with import should be savored so as to better absorb their meaning. Wouldn't you agree?
Elminster!
Right. You see, well, that is to say, Gale, my boy, I've come to address a most pressing matter. I'll speak as plainly as I can, forswearing the accustomed frills that decorate my speech. I'm here on behalf of Mystra. The message and the charge I bring you are hers.
Maybe not as much as Gale does, but Trevor wants to know what that message is.
The long-awaited question. Now, if you please, Elminster, for the too long-awaited answer.
You know where you went wrong, Gale. No, we needn't dwell on that here and now. But even so, you're to be given a chance of redemption.
Mystra would consider forgiveness.
She would consider what she considers to be forgiveness. Mystra is aware of the misadventures that have befallen you both. She knows of your strife with the Absolute, that most insidious of evils.
Now Trevor is a little miffed. He wants to know why the gods are allowing us to face these threats alone.
They choose the instruments of their will with great precision. Sometimes the single drops we think we are, do not realize what waves we are building up to be. Do not discount yourself, and by the same token, do not discount your enemy. You must know that the Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live, even those who are undying. It threatens the gods, the weave, the very fabric of the universe itself. That is why I have come here to charge you, Gale, with its destruction. It is Mystra's belief that only you can.
Trevor's ego peeks his head out, and Trevor declares that he will be the one to destroy the Absolute.
I doubt not your conviction, but Gale has an unnatural advantage.
The orb.
Precisely. Mystra has granted me the power to stop the clock, as it were, on the orb's rush to overpower you. Instead, you will be able to unleash its lethal combustion at will.
Interesting. This could be help, or hindrance. We shall have to see.
You must find the heart of the Absolute, whatever that may be, and use yourself as the catalyst that will burn it from this world.
Trevor thinks better of joking about being rid of Gale along with the Absolute. Instead, he points out that Elminster cannot force Gale into this.
No, indeed. But I think she trusts me too.
It brings me no pleasure saying this, my friend, but such is Mystra's will. Yours must be the sacrifice that will undo the Absolute, and for your sacrifice you will be redeemed. Such is Mystra's promise. With that, I've said my sorry piece, and need only bestow unto thee the charm I was bid. Mina hastra mistraril Italior thras annas diffra. It is done. Both charge and charm have been committed into your care. To you, I commit into care Gale himself. I count on you to shepherd him well on this strangest of journeys.
Nah, Trevor doesn't buy it. We'll find another way.
Or some other fortune altogether.
Like moons make swell and wane the nescient seas, so too the sky-strewn gods ordain the tidal fates of mortal days. And yet, an ocean born in lonely hours, come ebb, come flow, come all that is beyond the breadth of our dominion. Be a moon unto yourself. Even the waves of fate can break upon the shores of will. Farewell, my friend.
Farewell, Elminster. I'm glad she chose you. An audience with Elminster is never less than memorable. I'd have hoped to introduce you to him in less dire circumstances. But those are hard to come by these days.
Trevor declares that his image of Elminster was more imposing than that.
The Doddering Act is merely an illusion, one he's most adept at maintaining. Elminster is the most formidable wizard in the realms. Perhaps in existence. For Mystra to have sent him, The severity of her bidding could not be clearer, or weigh more heavily on me. Time seems so infinite when you're young. A month is an age. A year is a lifetime. It is a strange feeling to realize how little of it one might have left.
Trevor is shocked. Is Gale actually considering following that path?
Of course. He offered the clearest solution to our problem. All I have to do is find the right place and time, close my eyes, and let go. Then the slate will be clean. Wrongs will be righted, the absolute will be gone, and I along with it.
Trevor's gotta ask, is the party safe around Gale? Is he?
That's the one saving grace. Seems the orb is now stable, at least until I get to where I need to be. That remains ahead of us for now. The heart of the absolute must be discovered before I can stop its beating.
Trevor insists there will be no need for Gale to blow himself up.
Let's save such certainty for the moment such a decision is upon us. You may feel differently once we know what we're truly up against. Always a delight to speak with you. What can I do?
Now Trevor wants to know why Elminster or Mystra don't just take on the Absolute themselves.
I've no doubt she has the power to do so, but as for the permission, Aeon would not look kindly on her meddling in mortal affairs. Divine intervention has a tendency to make things worse, not better. As for Elminster, he's saved the realms more times than legend can recount. But to take on a god is no easy feat, even for him. My orb is the best chance we have. And only I can wield it.
Trevor wonders if Mystra is always this demanding.
She expects those who seek to use the weave to do so honestly, and with respect for its potential to destroy, as well as its potential to save. I doubt she's asked many of her followers to blow themselves up. That's a fate she's bequeathed exclusively to me. She wouldn't ask such a thing if it weren't our only means of survival. However much she's annoyed at me.
Finally, Trevor gets around to asking how Gale is feeling about the possibility of facing death in this way.
Oh, you know me, ever the optimist. I'm trying to focus on the positives. Truth is, I was living on borrowed time already. Consuming those items would only have kept the orb sated for so long. If anything, I feel more at peace than I have in months. At least now I know my death will have purpose. It won't be a distant bang in the footnotes of history.
I can't believe Mistress demanding Gale sacrifice himself to destroy the Absolute. It's just a waste of a perfectly good cult that we could be controlling. And a waste of a perfectly good Gale, I suppose.
I can't believe Mystra actually expects Gale to just sacrifice himself like that. Seems like a waste of a fine mind.
Oh, was that Gale's granddad?
Trevor exclaims, "That was Elminster Amor, the most famous wizard in all the realms."
It doesn't ring a bell. But all right. Must have had something important to say to Gale if he came all this way. Good news, I hope.
Trevor supposes Karlach didn't manage to overhear the conversation and fills her in.
Whoa now, he's got a... Well, I guess that would explain a little, but... Mystra? I mean, this is a lot to take in. What's he going to do?
Trevor does not know what Gale will do.
Well, tell him to pick the right one. Or better yet, I'll do it. Fucking wizards, man. They always need help picking the simple, obvious option. If Mystra can't think of another way to stop the Absolute than sacrificing Gale, she's no god worth worshipping. I'll say that to Gale in, you know, gentle terms.
A shame my first brush with the famed Elminster couldn't be a tad more optimistic. Listen, I might invoke the Triad from time to time, appeal to Helm, but I'm no man of faith. Not like Gale. I don't know what drives a man to consider his own death, among countless others, to be an appropriate exchange for his goddess's forgiveness. To me, it all sounds like nonsense. The faith that matters most is that which you hold in yourself, in the ones that most matter to you. Big Bomb be damned. Gale's got everything he needs to defeat the Absolute already. Talent, nerve, and powerful allies at his side. I hope he'll come to see that.
Elminster. Even the Githyanki have heard tell of the Sage of Shadowdale. Some of his works have been translated to Tirsu. That doesn't mean his every word carries wisdom, however. Near as I can tell, Mystra demands Gale's faith, but holds no faith in him. Why else would she demand Gale sacrifice himself, and perhaps so many others? Does she not think he can destroy the Absolute with his own immense talents? Does she not know the mighty company that he keeps? Demanding Vlaakith may be, but she acts for the good of the Githyanki people. Mystra is concerned only for herself. Perhaps he'd find forgiveness in a fiery death. But I can't help but wonder why he'd want it at all.
Now that we've crossed into Act 2, it's time to catch up with Halsin as well.
The Shadow Curse is upon us. As foul as I remember it. Perhaps even worse. But with the Oak Father's blessing, we may soon see it banished from these lands.
Trevor's gotta know how Halsin knows so much about the tadpoles.
I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
Also, Halsin has stated that he wants to lift the Shadow Curse. Trevor asks if he even knows how.
This land is more than just soil and rock, root and leaf. It is a living being, in the form of a young Fey boy, with the forest itself in his eyes. His name is Thaniel. I've met him in my meditations, but since the curse was unleashed, I have not felt his presence. He is its prisoner, I fear. And as long as he remains so, his domain will lie in darkness. But if we can find him, we can break the curse. If you learn anything of the Shadowfell, or of a boy with the forest in his eyes, find me at once.
Trevor asks what he should be looking for.
I can't be exact, unfortunately. Time and the Shadow Curse won't have been kind to any traces that would have been left behind. A living witness is unlikely, I'll admit. But perhaps there'll be an unliving witness, or some lingering echo of what we seek. Don't worry. If you find something, you will know it.
Trevor notes that Halsin appears to feel responsible for the curse.
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
This is just plans for that lift we just came from.
Broken moon lantern catches your eye, its glow now snuffed out.
Open up.
Trevor spends a little bit of time on this one because it looks like there might be some action to it. And sure enough, the nearby corpse appears to have blown himself up trying to blast through the vines that led to this place. Trevor has a bit of a chuckle at that. While doing the off-camera looting, Trevor did find this Absolutist Expedition key, which means he won't have to bust open that chest he just found after all.
Do you feel it? The chill on your skin, in your lungs. This darkness is diseased.
I've never seen darkness like this before. It's unsettling.
This is the way to Moonrise Towers. We've no choice but to push forward.
I can feel the Shadow's power here, but they don't seem to be harming me. The Shadow Curse. It doesn't seem to affect me like it does others. Not as badly, at least. Do you know what this means? I must be blessed. Lady Shah is protecting me where others are left to face her wrath. She loves me. She must do.
Trevor asks, but what about his protection from the curse?
You're resourceful. You'll find a way. Don't give me that look. It's a good thing that I'm resistant to the shadows. This way I can help you. Lady Shah wouldn't bless me like this for no reason. There must be something she wants of me. Those signs we found about Dark Justiciars, perhaps they were no coincidence. In either case, I need to watch for any place dedicated to Lady Shah. A temple, perhaps.
Were there others of Zariel's warriors who bore the infernal engine?
I was the first. Not the last. But most didn't survive the process.
Wrong. I feel weak.
The others were all
Drained.
devilkin. I think I was the only lucky winner from Faerun.
Essence. You were stronger than the others.
Lucky me.
That Shadow Curse condition will deal Trevor or whoever else necrotic damage every turn they are without a light source, and it will double every turn, so no one can withstand that for too long. First test. Will a simple cantrip hold off the curse? It seems, yes.
I'm ready.
So a light cantrip on Lae'zel's weapon. She's got bows, which makes it harder to carry a torch, and also she's more likely to stray further from other companions during combat, and will want her own light source. Karlach will switch to a light weapon so she can carry an offhand torch.
Looking ahead.
And Trevor will just move slowly so that Karlach stays close. We don't need to worry about Shadowheart.
Should mind my step.
Hey, Shaddy. Got a quick question about the best way to treat an infernal burn.
Shaddy? Really?
Hearty? This place is heavy.
More for me.
At this point, I remember dropping something is a free action, so Trevor can just carry a torch, and if he needs to drop it to fight, he can do that.
That's curious.
Seeing the elixir of barkskin here gives me an idea. See, normally I just ignore elixirs of barkskin because it's easy enough to get your own armor class at least that high, and I view the elixirs as practically worthless. But this skeleton has an armor class of 11.
No time to rest.
So by controlling the skeleton and opening my party inventory screen, I can have it drink the elixir of barkskin. Don't ask me how a skeleton drinks anything. And sure enough, the skeleton's armor class just went up 5 points. Still, 16 is not amazing, but that combined with the act of aid will keep the skeleton around longer than it otherwise would.
Might be useful. Let's see what this does.
This is some druid's journal regarding the shadow curse, so Trevor actually reads it through. It appears this land is right out of a horror story, with shadowy dark creatures that cause festering corrupted wounds. It does confirm that a torch helps, but ultimately, the shadows eventually overtook the druid's light, torch and campfire both, so long term, the torches will not be sufficient.
Something to do with the shadow curse? I truly hope this blight isn't spreading. The animal never had a chance. The curse consumes everything it touches.
Eyes open. Watch the shadows. stay together. Keep to the light. Stop! Who's there?
Trevor notices these people are carrying torches, so they're protecting themselves from the curse as well. He decides it's best to approach them with a friendlier demeanor than his usual, so he calls out that introductions are best made while sharing a drink around a fire.
You're a chatty shadow. I'll give you that. Come out into the light, hands high. Jonas, move in!
Jonas! Jonas!
I'm here! Where are you?
Jonas? Can you see our torches?
I can't see anything! Something's wrong.
Follow my voice. Come back to the light.
Who's there? Meg? Is that...
Jonas?
There you are. Come. Join me.
Jonas.
Trevor goes commanding leadership mode. Stop your mewling. Fight or die. Choose!
Harpers, you heard the man. To arms!
Shadowheart notices radiant vulnerability and necromantic immunity. So she actually goes for the radiant version of Spirit Guardians. Lae'zel and the skeleton work to try to reduce the number of shadows that have initiative between themselves and the party's frontline warriors.
Knees high.
Clearly, Karlach did not notice the shadow from on top move down towards the party. Thankfully, this is fixable with a Misty Step.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
And here's Trevor dropping his torch to fight, so he'll have to make sure to stay within what other light there is.
Should be started. Don't waste a step.
This dumbass Harper retreats into the shadows without a torch.
Shit. Shadows took Jonas. Make every strike count. Finish them off.
My path be true.
Since Lae'zel is getting disadvantage from darkness, she literally throws an alchemist fire just to light up that shadow.
No time to waste.
Alright, Karlach. It's go time. Down the hatch.
I won't give in.
Well done. Now we've got to move. I know a safe place. Give me your map. Keep your torch high. If you step into the shadows, you'll be felled in a heartbeat.
Trevor thanks her, but he's a bit single-minded and says he's headed straight for Moonrise Towers.
Your funeral. Far as we can tell, there's no way through. The shadows will get you eventually, the deeper in you go. Keep to the light to buy yourself some time. Harpers, move out!
Not that he knows how to get to Moonrise Towers yet, so back to regular exploration.
I'll take that. Let's have a look. Time to press ahead.
The Dark Lady shields me. I can feel her.
The image of an orange-haired cat asleep before a fireplace comes to you. What came of it? In her former life, this girl played in the nearby woods. She was always the best at climbing trees.
Seems simple enough.
You see a man stalking slowly through the woods, bow half drawn. If he bags a deer, the whole family will be kept fed all winter. You see an older woman on her knees scrubbing the floor of an inn. The patrons made a mess of things again the night before. You sense a young woman gazing at Moonrise Towers in awe. Perhaps one day she will get to gaze out from atop it, she hopes. He had dreams of boarding a ship in Baldur's Gate and seeing the world. But then the darkness came.
Thing's been consumed by the shadows. Poor fella.
I spent a long time here trying to find a justification to do anything but use up Shadowheart's last 3rd level spell slot for the day already. But, with the rest of the party being surprised, and with us being surrounded by a multitude of tiny melee enemies, there really just wasn't another option that could solve the party's dilemma anywhere near as well as Spirit Guardians could here. The Raven was apparently somebody's last-ditch call for help. Doesn't look like the message got through.
Always room for more. Something good here, I hope. How much farther can I go?
This place is
For
protected.
A warm bed and full
Must
stomach,
be the refuge
look
the
no
Harpers
further.
spoke of.
Welcome to the Last Light Inn.
Trevor didn't even check his map, but he ended up here.
Shadows here. Something must be keeping it at bay.
And if this is a relatively safe refuge, he should at least check it out.
You there! Step forward and keep your hands off your weapons.
Easy. He's with me.
Come. Jahira!
Trevor has mixed feelings here. This is the second fabled hero he's met today. The absolutely iconic Jahira, and yet she's entangled him with a spell. He's confused, but he tries to keep civil by pointing out how uncouth this is for such a legendary noble.
It seems tales of my clemency have been greatly exaggerated.
Trevor might be feeling a bit petty. He offers to amend the tales to ensure people know she hates strangers.
You have not experienced my hatred, stranger. Not yet, at least. This is why we're here, you see. It is a curious creature that hides all manner of secrets. But if there's one thing that we know, it's that it knows its own kind. You should never have come here, true soul.
Trevor won't continue this charade. If Jaheira is to accuse him, she will do it on even footing. He channels his rage and pulls the vines up from the roots.
Stand down! Or we'll put you down!
Hold! Trevor will explain.
I'm not interested in the Absolute's manipulations. Harpers, cut this true soul down!
Stop! What are you doing? He's the one who saved us!
He's the one who protected the Emerald Grove.
Yup. Didn't leave a goblin standing. Not so bad to hang around with either. Saved two of my friends. One from a harpy, and one from a mad druid with a snake. Didn't make a fuss of our thieving either. I pretty much trust him with my life.
A true soul with a mind of his own? How is that possible?
This piece is tenuous. Trevor decides not to hold anything back and shows her the artifact.
What in the hells is that thing?
Trevor tells her the whole story up to this point, with only minor embellishments.
Congratulations. You've earned yourself the benefit of the doubt. Hear me, Harpers. All clear. At ease. I'll not pretend to understand what that artifact is. But I'm old and wise enough to recognize a sliver of hope when it crawls out of the dark. Tell me, why have you come here?
Oh, that's easy. Trevor is here to destroy the Absolute in Moonrise Towers.
Then you've found an ally in me. For that is precisely why I am here. There's food in the inn over there. Beds too if you require rest. Aloe oil in the cupboard, in case the vines gave you a rash. Settle in. Then come join me for a drink. You may just be the godsend we've been praying for.
Hey, Damon might be knocking around here, right?
It's for a good cause.
Oh my god, soldier. That's Jaheira. The Jaheira.
This is the closest option to already being familiar with Jaheira, so Trevor says, yeah, she lives somewhere in the city.
Don't you know the whole story? Years ago, over a century, Jaheira was part of a group that saved Baldur's Gate from Saravok, a Baalsport trying to plunge the city into war. My mum used to tell us stories about them. The legends who protected the city from evil. She said Jaheira was a powerful druid. Adamant. Tough. I've told myself those stories 1,000 times since. I never thought I'd meet Jaheira. She's a hero, and I was always some outer city kid. Can't believe she wants to talk to us about working together. What a day!
May the darkness protect you.
I want to have a word.
You better be.
Good to see a friendly face.
Not as long as we can put up a fight. Wish we had stone or steel.
I wish we had a bloody army. Never thought I'd see the day Jaheira shows mercy to a true soul. Or whatever it is you are.
If Jaheira trusts you, I trust you. But I'll be damned if a bug brain doesn't creep me out.
Making me antsy.
Got to have a plan first.
Jaheira seems sure of you. I hope she's right. This barricade might keep the shadows out, but it won't help against what's already inside.
It ain't pretty.
I think staring out into the dark so much is doing something to my eyes.
Cleric's magic won't hold out the darkness forever.
Can't chat. I need to reinforce the barricade.
This place gives me the creeps.
Seen alleyways in Baldur's Gate that are plenty worse in their way.
God's blood, this is heavy.
It's for a good cause.
Stock up while you can. I only hope I've brought enough to see us through.
No harm in seeing if there's any, shall we say, communal supplies he can snag.
Cheeky. But, since you're asking.
See anyone?
If you're all right by Jaheira, you're all right by me.
Alright, let's see what she's got. There are some things Trevor might be interested in here, primarily amongst them, the Mighty Cloth. This is cloth armor with a base AC of 10 that has a passive bull strength feature which would push the wearer's strength up by 2 points to a maximum of 20 and gain the effects of the bull strength spell at all times, so double carrying capacity and advantage on strength checks. It also has Unwavering Bull, making the wearer unable to be pushed against their will and giving them advantage on saving throws against being restrained. It also has the Bull Rush action, which allows you to use an action to charge forward and potentially push back all enemies in your path once per turn. Unfortunately, we are very short of affording that, so it will have to wait.
It's for a good cause.
Aye. Our asses.
Hey! That's close enough. Artifact or no, I don't like the likes of you crashing our party.
Give it a rest, Alfred. We need all the goddamned help we can get.
Trevor just glares menacingly at Allthread.
You got a name?
Trevor Aeon tells him, not breaking eye contact.
Good. Wouldn't want to piss on the wrong grave come the morrow.
Shut up. And you? Keep walking. You Gravenguard's still alive, you reckon?
He better be, or I'm a dead man walking.
Aren't we all?
Little busy. Sorry.
Jaheira's godsend in the flesh. Pleasure to have you.
Hey, it's Dannon! Let's say hi!
I wish we had a bloody army.
Karlach! I thought you'd be in the city by now. We were ambushed by cultists. Half of us were captured, the other half ran here.
Off the anvil into the forge. We'll find them. Hopefully.
Before you run off into the belly of the beast, there's something I need to tell you. Well, two things. Good news and bad news.
Trevor, infected by Karlach's positivity more and more, asks for the good news.
I only need one more piece of infernal iron to craft an insulating chamber that can make it possible for Karlach to
touch people.
Exactly.
Oh my god. It's really happening. It's been so long. We've got the iron. Let's do this thing.
Hang on. I think you'll want to hear the bad news too.
Yeah, sure. But first, fix me. Please.
Trevor is excited for this. He gives Damon the iron right away.
Well, all right. This shouldn't take long. Same as last time. You'll need to install it yourself. This should do the trick.
There. So did it work?
Only one way to find out.
Trevor wastes no time moving in for the kiss.
You're all right. No burns. Can we go to bed now?
Hold on, Karlach. There's something I need to tell you. That engine of yours, it's contained for the moment, but it's just too hot to exist here in the material plane indefinitely. I know you know that, but the thing is, there's a cure. I wasn't making any headway with the mechanics, none at all. The environment here is just too cold to sustain metals like the ones inside you. You have to return to Avernus. For good. Or this thing is going to burn you up from the inside out. And sooner than you think.
The minute I set foot back in Avernus, Zarya will force me back into service. I'm not doing her bidding again. I'd rather die.
I get that, but don't rule it out. The world just might be better with you in it. Even in Avernus. I won't stop trying to figure out a cure, but at this point, I think we all have to face the inevitable.
Before worrying about any of that, Trevor says it's time to celebrate Karlach having her touch back.
Right? All this doom and gloom. I have something far more exciting on my mind than this bloody tin box. Thanks, Damon, really. You've given me more than I could ever repay.
It's been my pleasure. Good luck, both of you. Look after yourself, all right?
This is the best day. The best day!
Trevor is happy for her. He's happy for himself, too.
Me too. Whenever you want to turn in, I'd love to take this whole touch thing for a test drive. I know we have important things to do, but we deserve a little sweetness too.
Trevor absolutely cannot wait for the night. They've been waiting so long.
Oh man, I can't wait.
And even though technically accommodations are right over there, Trevor just brings the party to the nearest interior of a building in order to make camp immediately. Even opening that chest will have to wait. It's bedtime.
Got to have a plan first. Got to trust Jaheira to come up with one.
Playtime's over, pet. Oh, I love this time of year. The dickheads start popping up wherever you look.
What do you want, Mizora?
Drop the attitude and perk up your ears. You've got a new mission. Absolute's cult has gone and grabbed one of Zariel's assets. A devil. And a powerful one at that. They're locked up in the cult's fortress, Moonrise Towers. And you're getting him out.
Trevor doesn't give a shit about Zariel's asset. It can rot in the towers for all he cares.
I'd start caring. And quick, sunshine. Ahem. Clause Z, Section 13. Should promised soul refuse obeyance or neglect duty, the pact holder shall cast the promised into Avernus as a lemure. I'll make it simple. Will fails or refuses, and he turns to a thick blob of stink flesh and sinks to Avernus. Now, be a good boy and play fetch, pup, or you'll spend an eternity sizzling in the hells.
Mizora's words may be flippant, but they are tinged with desperation. She cannot afford for Will to fail this mission. This may be your best chance to negotiate Will out of his pact.
Trevor sees a potential out for Will. He agrees to rescue the asset on one condition.
Oh, and what condition is that?
Your mind links with Will's, drawn in by his increasing panic.
What are you doing?
Trevor stipulates that the pact must end.
A doubtful Will catches his breath, but says nothing, and your connection fades.
Interesting. Now, why should I go letting my favorite pet off his leash?
Trevor tries to recall what he knows about devils and their contracts.
You can think of no way to void a devil's pact.
Trevor will simply resort to intimidation then. He could always just let the cult infect the asset after all.
Incredible. You actually think you hold the winning hand? Fine. I'll play your game. But I amend the pact once the mission's done, not before. Clause F, Section 9. Soulbinder shall bestow reward or favor only upon soul-bearer's fulfillment of related obligation. Now, to Moonrise, pet. And do mind the shadows. They've been especially hungry.
Good time for a chat.
Gods damn it! Why did it have to be Mizora? Why did it have to be Zariel? We're supposed to risk our necks to get one of her assets? What if it's a runaway like me? Or something far worse?
Trevor still has unreasonable dislike for Will for getting caught in a devil deal in the first place, but he will recognize that Will does not deserve to be turned into a lemure forever, and Karlach wouldn't be able to accept that either.
Look, Will's happiness is my happiness. I'd sooner see myself a Lemur than him. But it's a bad idea to play games with the devil. You never win. Not ever. Hey, you.
And now Trevor asks how that second upgrade feels.
Incredible. Like I'm really alive. Like we can finally be real. I can be close to you now without fear, without thinking too hard. We can just be.
Trevor has never been more excited for anything in his life.
I was hoping you'd say that.
If death is soon to take Karlach, she should make every moment as rich as the last. Fight viciously, roar loudly, step boldly. She must make herself known.
I know well the pain of seeing your life's hourglass running empty. Grasping at any means of slowing the grains as they slip inexorably through your fingers. Karlach's fate may be ordained, but her actions are not. She will make each breath count. We can be sure of that.
The more bullshit she pours, the more of it I'm forced to swallow. Mizora set me on fiends inside and outside the Hells. She's never ordered a rescue. Gods. She makes a mockery of everything the Blade stands for. Such an asshole.
Trevor gives Will the brutal truth. He has no choice. Do the mission or go to the literal hells.
Not just rot. I'd have to fight. One of those mindless blobs clawing at demons on the front lines of the Blood War.
None of these options are perfect responses for Trevor, but the closest one is a very determined, "it's not going to happen," followed by recognition that Will would not abandon the Sword Coast.
And it means everything to me. I always knew what my future held, and I know I chose right. Thank you for sticking your neck out for me. I mean it. But I'm not going to celebrate till I'm actually free. I can feel Mizora scheming, plotting. She won't let me go without making a fuss. Trust me on that.
Poor Karlach. She can finally seek out the touch of another, only to be told she might not have much time left.
This dark land must be filled with the broken, the beaten, the desperate. The perfect preying ground for a devil who offers a way out for those who sign on the dotted line. I hope we end up seeing our friend Raphael down here somewhere.
Raphael? Trevor reminds Astarion that that fiend is no friend.
I think he'll stay the perfect gentleman, as long as we read the fine print. When I was taken to his house, I was caught off guard. But now I know what to ask for. You will help me find him, won't you?
Well, whatever. Trevor points out it's Astarion's own funeral.
Perfect! I knew you would understand.
So called because you like to scratch behind the ear?
The voice of the Absolute is strong here, and getting stronger. I don't know how much longer I can resist it. But it's good to see you're making progress.
You took an unexpected route here. You did a brave thing, saving those people in the grove.
It wasn't for the people in the grove that Trevor did that. The goblins lied to him and captured him, hoping he'd turn into a mind flayer, so he killed them.
I commend your efficiency.
The hurt runs deeper than she's willing to show you.
Trevor coarsely snaps her attention back to the present, reminding her not to drop her protection.
Don't worry. I won't. It just doesn't stop. We are being bombarded by waves of telepathic energy. Wave after wave with hardly a breath between them. I almost dare not rest. Each wave a set of orders to the infected. The order for your transformation has been given many times already. I just hope my powers last long enough to see this through.
Mezora's ultimatum and the dream sequence took priority as nighttime scenes, but there's no way Trevor and Karlach didn't test out her fixed heart that night. So mechanically, I'm taking a partial rest now to trigger the next set of cutscenes, but narratively, all of this happened last night.
Hey, soldier. I thought I might come visit you later, when everyone's asleep.
Trevor jokes about knocking the others out so they can hurry it up.
Please. We've waited long enough, I think. See you later. I can't wait.
You know, I feel a connection between us. Like we're two souls walking the same path. You might be a little naive in the ways of the world, but I see promise in you. Ambition.
Trevor is stuck on exactly what Astarion means by naive.
Just that you have a big heart. You like doing what's right. So I was thinking, what would be the right thing to do when we get to Moonrise Towers? When we come face to face with whoever's controlling the parasites in our heads?
Easy question for Trevor. Get the worm out of his head, go back to his life pit fighting for money and fame.
That's the obvious option, yes. But consider the alternatives. Just think. How many people have the Mind Flayers infected? Hundreds? Thousands? And they're not just goblin trash. There are powerful people in the worm's thrall. Whoever's waiting for us at Moonrise Towers controls it all. But if we can take that control from them, imagine the power we'd wield.
Yeah, no. Fuck no. He uses the word slavery instead of evil power, but the result is the same. Trevor won't do it.
Power is just a tool. It's people that are good or evil. And even they can be a little bit, I'm just saying, there's an opportunity here. If we can control the tadpoles, we can keep ourselves safe. And liberate the world from this evil.
Abso-fucking-lutely not, and Astarion trying to convince him otherwise is exactly why Trevor doesn't keep him in the party.
So much for thinking you had ambition. Still, we're not there yet. Maybe you'll see the light. Yet.
I think the others are asleep. Hi.
Trevor asks how Karlach is feeling.
Like a creature. Pulse. Heat. desire. Since I met you, all I wanted was to be close to you. We're sure I won't hurt you, right?
Trevor's confident he can handle himself. And Karlach.
May I test that theory?
Go for it.
Say it loud. I'm yours, Karlach.
For the first time in a long time, Trevor allows himself to be vulnerable with someone and declares himself to be Karlach's.
My name sounds so good in your mouth. I'd like to take you to bed now.
Trevor thought she would never ask.
Gods be damned. It's a good day to be alive.
Trevor leans into the corny cuteness here and says last night he dreamt of a bird singing to him. Oh look, there she is.
Oh, God, sorry. I was in my own world. Hi. Hello, good morning. Sorry I didn't wait around this morning. I was just buzzing. Didn't want to wake you.
Trevor makes sure Karlach knows how much he loved being able to touch her, hold her, kiss her, all of it.
I loved it too. More than I've ever loved anything. Last night was incredible. This morning is incredible. Every moment with you is beyond belief. You still like me, right?
Of course, Trevor much more than likes Karlach.
I much more than like you too. And nothing bad is going to happen now.
Trevor can't pretend nothing bad will ever happen to them, but he does promise to face it together.
In that case, bring it on. I adore you, you know.
The moment feels right, and Trevor tells Karlach he loves her.
I love you too! Oh my God! I've been dying to say that. Oh. My God, if I smile any bigger, my face is going to crack. Oh, I'm pathetic. Besotted. And it's all your fault. I guess we better get the day on. So much to do, so much to see. Together. Hey!
Your cheeks are flush. There's a twinkle in your eye. But I think I am no longer the cause. Karlach, yes? You burn for each other in more ways than one. I, thought you would show me the respect of telling me first, but no matter. You can tell me now. Who is it to be? Me or her?
For Trevor, this is coming out of left field. He can't think of a single time he suggested having romantic feelings for Gale, and he had no idea that Gale felt that way about him.
Perhaps I should have done more. Be more charming, more flattering, harder to reach. But I was only myself. And sometimes that isn't enough. Whatever your decision, I will accept it. But you must choose. You cannot have us both.
Trevor doesn't mean to be cruel about it, but Gale has got to know he was never in the running at all. He apologizes if he ever indicated otherwise.
Don't apologize. You must not deny your heart's desire. I would not want you to. I won't leave. Not unless you want me to, or until fate forces my hand. If your friendship is all we have, then I will be happy to have it. Eventually.
So, Gale doesn't hate Trevor now?
I could no more hate you than I could go without air.
Rippling Force Mail. Heavy armor with a base AC of 17 with Force Absorption. Gain Force Conduit when taking slashing, piercing, or bludgeoning damage. Since it is heavy armor, the only question is, does Lae'zel want to use it? This is a strict upgrade to her Githyanki half-plate. The final armor class won't change, but it does have the Force Absorption property. I forgot to hover over it, but Force Conduit reduces slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning damage by 1 per turn remaining. It can stack up to 7 turns, and if you take damage while you have 5 or more turns remaining, the duration is consumed to deal 1d4 force damage in a 6-meter radius.
Let's move. Swift as my feet can carry me. I need a quick word.
Glad you and Karlach are all right. Well, as all right as any of us. A makeshift Harper's Fire might not be where I hope to set up shop. But maybe I've got something you can use anyway. And if you find any interesting materials in need of working, I'm happy to help.
Trevor wonders what Damon means by interesting materials.
I hesitated to mention this back in the Druid's Grove, for obvious reasons. But no one has earned my trust, if not you. When Elturel was dragged into Avernus, I was drafted into a devil's smithy. It should have been awful. But infernal metal is like a wild horse. Powerful, exuberant. It'll kill you if you lack technique. I could sense some. Smell it almost. Somewhere in the area. Underground, maybe. Out there in the shadows. If you find it, bring it to me. I'll make something incredible.
Trevor remarks that Damon's time in the Hells must have been interesting itself.
Some of us had it easier than others. The baker, the schoolmaster. When Elturel was swallowed up, they could do little but survive. As for me, I won't say I enjoyed my time there. But it was certainly instructional.
Trevor hands over some metal he found in Grimforge.
Absolutely. Rare to get your hands on this stuff. Well done keeping it to hand.
There you are. And be careful who you show that to. It might draw the wrong kind of attention.
Flawed Helldusk armor. Also heavy armor, but with a base AC of 18. It has superior plate, so 1 less piercing damage at all times, and lesser infernal retribution, so that any foe within 2 meters who hits the wearer takes 1d4 retributive fire damage.
Eager for battle.
Again, Lae'zel is the only candidate since it's heavy armor. Ultimately, I decide that this is a better fit for her than the rippling force mail she just got.
Need anything?
There's a loop here of giving him medals and him crafting items for us. I'll go ahead and shortcut to the equipment we got. The Flawed Helldusk Helmet is a medium armor helm with Constitution saving throws +1 and magical durability so that the wearer has a +2 saving throw bonus versus spells. Trevor goes ahead and gives that helmet to Karlach. And puts the haste helm on for himself, essentially retiring the cap of curing. The Flawed Helldusk gloves are cloth class gloves with strength saving throws +1 and lesser infernal touch. That means your weapon attacks deal an additional 1-4 fire damage, but also your unarmed attacks deal an additional 1-4 necrotic damage and can possibly inflict bleeding. Certainly in general that will be more effective than getting lightning charges on attack, so Trevor wears these gloves himself, which does mean it's even more imperative for him to afford the mighty cloth he saw from the other vendors sooner, since the Protecty Spark Wall won't do much for him without lightning charges. In addition to these items, you have the option of giving Dammon the Devil Foil masks, but Trevor decides to keep those for himself.
What's the story? Moving it. Time for a natter.
Glad to see you made it. I am. Indeed I am.
Karlach tells the Ox she's happy he made it too.
I remember you from the grove with the druids. I hoped to see you again. And now I have.
Karlach does ask how he made it.
On the double. One hoof quickly following the other.
It's toasty in here. No, still incapable.
Hey, Karlach remembers this strange ox from the Druid's Grove. She asks if he's ready to reveal his big secret.
Not for you to know.
Of these skills, perception is Karlach's best, so she'll gently point out that the oxen were very hungry back in the grove, and our party saved them all, and now they have food.
Well, come close. Your mind to mine. Are you satisfied?
Karlach is shook. She wasn't expecting that. How does an ox have such horrifying thoughts?
It's a talent.
Karlach presses him. What is he, really?
Keep quiet, and you won't have to find out.
The audacity! Karlach asks if that was a threat.
That's up to you.
Karlach isn't having it. This ox is coming out of hiding, now.
All I wanted was a bit of hay, a good brushing, and a clean stall. The simple life. Is that so much to ask?
What's this?
The so-called strange ox is already wounded and everybody has initiative on it. Hopefully the party can finish it off before it has a chance to go. Slashing resistance is unfortunate, as is blind sight, so no point in trying to blind the thing.
Under their noses.
I will ascend. Can't give up.
Blood comes easy these days. Think you can take me on?
I don't think I'll ever look at an ox quite the same.
Ugh. Just when I think I've seen it all.
The Shapeshifter's Boon Ring gives a plus 1d4 bonus on all checks while shapeshifting or disguising yourself. This can be very powerful on a character when combined with, for instance, the Disguise Self spell. The Hat of Fire Acuity grants you 2 turns of Arcane Acuity whenever you deal fire damage. Arcane Acuity grants plus 1 to spell attack rolls and spell save DC for each turn remaining and can stack up to 10 turns. Our party doesn't currently make much use of disguise or fire damage on a caster, though both of those items are worth keeping around in case we decide to start making use of them later.
Gods above and devils below. That ox was a bloody shapeshifter. Thanks for handling it.
Between finding a good spot to make into a home base, finding some good gear to aspire to affording, and, most importantly, being able to fix Karlach's heart as much as possible, and finally really touch her. Trevor doesn't regret the detour to Last Light one bit. But now, it is time to turn our attention to the matter at hand once again. Next time, we will go into Last Light and see if Jaheira has a plan to reach and destroy the cult at Moonrise Towers.